Good afternoon, everyone. This is Claudette Harris, and I just wanted to come to you for a few minutes. For those of you who don't know me, I am the president of At Your Service Consulting, and we are located in Michigan. We provide customer service consulting, training, and speaking services to organizations that are desiring to increase, maintain, and retain very satisfied customers. Now, we do a daily post on social media, except for on Wednesdays. So, if you were able to see our post today, we talked about how important it is to provide timely and up to date information to employees so that they can satisfy your customers when they have inquiries about products and services. So I encourage you to read that, but we're going to talk a little bit now about the FADES process. I had the opportunity to speak via Facebook Live on October 29th, and I introduced the FADES process during that time. Today we're going to look at a few things. I call them customer service tips and treasures, and they should be helpful in your organization. There's been a lot of attention given recently, and rightfully so, to customer service because, as you know, our environment in our organizations, even in our churches, just overall, our environment is changing, and customer service is, of course, impacted as well. So, what does it really mean during this time of transition to provide extraordinary customer service? I laughed during the October 29th talk. At one point, I was like, well, as long as they put my food on the porch so the animals won't get it, that's good customer service. But that didn't last long. Customer service is much more than that. Today, again, we're just going to look briefly at customer expectations. If you're joining me, I would love for you to interact with me in the comments. Let me know where you're from and just respond to some of the questions. If you're doing the replay, certainly you can respond then too. I'd love to hear your comments and even things that you'd like to talk about later. We're going to be coming to you typically on Wednesday evenings between 7 and 8, most likely 8 o'clock. Next week, because of the holiday, it will be Wednesday at 7 p.m. So, what do you think is one mistake we make regarding our customers? Let me tell you about an experience I had this week. I went into one of our big box chains because I needed to get a gift card. I was running late. It was 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was supposed to be at church at 8:30 with this gift card for Christmas for one of the children that we were going to bless with gifts. The lines were extremely long, and so rather than stand there, I went over to the self-service checkout, and I know I've bought gift cards before. I know that you have to go through a certain process to register them and all of that. But one lady came over to me and asked if she could help, and I said, I just need to get this gift card. The lines are long. Can I do it here? And she says, no, you're not really supposed to, but I will help you. So she took my gift card, she swiped it through the scanner, and looked like we were all set. She took my $20 bill and ran it through, and she walked away. I got an error message shortly after she walked away, and it said, see attendant. I looked around, I didn't see the lady that had helped me, but suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, another lady came by, and she said, you're not supposed to do gift cards on the self-service checkout. Didn't you see the sign up there? The sign right there says no gift cards. I said, well, ma'am, I'm very sorry. One of your employees offered to help me and scanned my gift card, and I'm sorry, I thought everything was fine. No, the sign is right there. Well, not even thinking about her attitude toward me because she was clearly upset. The sign for a 5'0" height person was about 7 feet up in the air. So I couldn't see the sign. Wasn't in a good space for a short person. I would say one of the mistakes that we make is that we don't think about the customer experience all of the time when we're making changes or doing things in the organization. This was a small example, but not so small. An ideal place to put a sign of that importance would be where the gift cards are located, so that a person would know you cannot pay for your gift card in self-service. Now, maybe I was supposed to know that, but I didn't, and there was a way to tell me. I give kudos to the lady who offered to help, and here's the part where information comes in. She may have been new. Maybe she just didn't know that she couldn't run the gift card through self-service for me. Maybe she thought it was just for employees. So it's very important that your employees are empowered, yes, but they also know what they can and cannot do. So what I'd like to do briefly is just go through a few fundamental needs of customers, no matter who they are. And we know we're using a lot of online services now. We're also talking to more customer representatives that are in call centers, and that's a different type of environment. But these fundamental needs from customers resonate all the way through, no matter what type of organization or what type of door your customer is coming through. The first one is approachability. If you are not friendly or easily approachable, or if it looks like your customer is intruding upon something that you're doing, your customer will not feel welcomed. And what happens when customers don't feel welcomed? I know for me, if I don't feel welcomed in an organization, or if I don't feel like I'm getting personalized treatment, if you will, sometimes I'll choose to go somewhere else. You don't want that. We'll talk about that in the F.A.D.E.S process in a few minutes. The second one is empathy. Empathy is a fundamental need of your customers. Customers must always feel that their needs are being met, that you're concerned about their needs, and that you're attempting to address them in the best way possible. Again, if you make a customer feel unappreciated, they will not appreciate you. The third is unbiased treatment. It really can be annoying if you treat your customer based on different things, how they're dressed, how they're talking, how they're looking, how you're feeling. It's not a good feeling to think that they could have been treated better. I'll be honest with you, in that store, I felt like I could have been treated better. Number 4, say yes more. We always have to say no, sometimes, not all of the time. But if you have to say no, give the customer a solution that can overshadow the no and turn it into a yes. I like to say create a win-win situation for your organization and your customer. We don't want to give away the store, pun intended, but we do want our customers to be satisfied, even if we're not able to give them exactly what they're looking for. Fourth, give your customers detailed information. Don't leave anything out if you're explaining something about your products and services. If your customer is looking for a specific specification or a specific feature on an item that you carry and the item that you have in stock does not have that, be honest, be full of integrity, and it may mean that the customer may not purchase that item, but they will be back because they know that you have their best interest at heart, that you'll be honest with them, and that you're full of integrity. The sixth, last but not least, is to aim for excellent service. Great customer service is highly subjective. It means different things to different people. I have 3 children. I think all of them are millennials, I believe, but they're at different stages of the generation, and their views of good customer service are much different in some respects than mine. So, know your customers, know what good customer service means to them, and be open to suggestions and feedback so that you can involve your customers in the decision-making process. That goes a long way if you involve your customers as well as your employees. Now, I mentioned the F.A.D.E.S process. F.A.D.E.S is something that I introduced, and the first step of the F.A.D.E.S process is focus. To summarize what I've just said, what we've just talked about, you want to focus not only on your customers, but you also want to focus on your employees. You want to involve them in the decision-making process, and you want them to feel that they are a part of the organization, the success, and the customer service that's involved in taking care of the customers. Again, I will be coming to you once a week on Wednesday evenings, just talking for a few minutes about customer service tips and treasures. Some of the information that I've talked about is from my training manual, Delivering Out of the Ordinary Results. It is available on Amazon, and it is currently $7.99. I would suggest you get the book now. Maybe get a lot of them for your team, because the price will be increasing in January. Thank you again for joining. Thank you for listening. If you're catching the replay, please join us next Wednesday at 7 p.m. for more customer service tips and treasures. Again, my name is Claudette Harris at Your Service Consulting. You can find us on social media at Your Service Consulting LLC, and our website is www.atyourserviceconsulting.com. Thank you very much. Have a great week.